The Choropleth map dashboard item allows you to colorize the required area in proportion to the provided values. Providing maps. This topic describes how to use the default maps and configure their attributes. Default maps. The following maps are included: world countries, Europe, Asia, North America, South America, Africa, USA, Canada. To select a required default map, go to the Common section of the Options menu and use the Default Map drop-down list. Map attributes. After you select the default map, you can display supplementary information, such as the name of a country, state, etc. To do this, go to the Options menu and open the Attribute Name drop-down list. This list displays available attributes for the current map. Each set of attribute values is related to a specific map shape. To bind the Choropleth map dashboard item to data, click a placeholder contained in one of the available data sections and select the required data source field in the binding section of the invoked data item menu. Attribute. Processed as dimension allows you to associate map shapes and data source field values. Maps. Processed as measure. Contains data items whose values are used to color map shapes. Map shape colors vary based on the map type. By default, map shapes are colored depending on the provided values. If you add an additional target value, the coloring of map shapes depends on the difference between two values called delta. Tooltip measures, processed as measures, allows you to add supplementary content to the tooltips. Add the required measures to provide additional data. Delta. The Choropleth map allows you to indicate the difference between the actual and target values of a particular parameter. This difference is called delta. By default, map shapes are colored depending on the values provided. If you add an additional target value to create delta, the coloring of map shapes depend on the difference between two values. Add delta. Delta is bound to two measures that provide two values, the actual value and target value. The difference between these values is displayed on the map. When you switch the map type to delta, a new target item container appears. Click it to open the target data item menu and provide data for the target value. Delta options. To specify delta indication settings, go to the Delta Options section of the data item menu. Here you can specify the delta display mode, value type, result indication, comparison tolerance, etc. Value type specifies which values to display within map tooltips as the delta value. Result indication specifies the condition that will be used to select the indicator color. Threshold type specifies the comparison tolerance in percentage values or in absolute values. You can specify that a required indicator should only be displayed when the difference between the actual and target values exceeds a specified value. Map navigation. The Choropleth map dashboard item allows you to perform navigation actions such as zooming and scrolling using the mouse. You can enable or disable the capability to scroll or zoom the map using the lock navigation setting in the Choropleth Maps Options menu. To display the entire map within the dashboard item, use the Initial Extent button in the Choropleth Maps caption. Labels. A Choropleth map provides the capability to display titles within map shapes and allows you to manage what data to show in the Shape tooltips. To manage map titles and tooltips, go to the Shape Label section of the Choropleth Maps Options menu. The following settings are available. Shape Title Attribute allows you to select the attribute whose values are displayed within corresponding map shapes. Summary values are included to shape titles by default. Tooltip Attribute allows you to configure information related to a hovered shape. You can choose whether to use a binding attribute to display as the title of shape tooltips, or specify a custom attribute from the drop-down list. Legend. A legend is an element of a map that shows values corresponding to each color. To display a legend within a map, Open the Choropleth Maps Options menu and go to the Color Legends section. The following options are available. Show Legend allows you to control the visibility of the legend. Position. Specify the legend's position on a map. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact us at support@logic.us or visit our support portal. Thank you.